The bulbous bow? Hey, fellow adventurers, welcome back to the Cruise Ship Safety and Security channel. Have you ever been on a massive cruise ship or maybe watched a giant tanker cruise by and thought, what is that weird bulbous thing sticking out of the front? No, it's not some weird design by a shipbuilder who had too much coffee. It's called the bulbous bow, and it's one of the cleverest tricks in the shipbuilding world. Stick around as we dive into why this funky-looking feature is a total game-changer. Alright, so picture this. You're out on the open ocean, the wind is in your hair, the salty air is around you, and suddenly you notice it. The ship's front looks like it's got a weird little nose sticking out. That's the bulbous bow, and while it may look a bit odd, it's a secret weapon that makes ships faster, more fuel-efficient, and way smoother on the waves. Now, let's break it down. When a ship moves through the water, it's like pushing a giant object through a thick liquid. That creates all kinds of waves at the front. Think of it like a speed bump in the water. It slows things down and increases drag, which means the ship needs more power and more fuel to keep going. Kind of like driving a car through a big puddle. Extra resistance, extra effort, and way more gas. Imagine you're trying to race through a puddle and every time you hit it, the water just slows you down. Not fun, right? Now here comes the bulbous bow, and this is where the magic happens. Instead of just pushing through the water and creating giant waves that slow the ship down, this sneaky little nose at the front creates its own set of waves that cancel out the bigger ones. It's like magic, but with physics. The bulbous bow's little wave pattern actually cancels out the big energy-sucking waves created by the ship's hull. This reduces drag and makes the ship glide through the water more efficiently. Think of it as a wave-fighting superhero, like Aquaman, but for boats. And because the ship's gliding smoother through the water, it's using less fuel, which means, you guessed it, lower fuel consumption. And when you're running a huge ship, like a massive cargo vessel or a cruise ship, that's a big deal. Less drag equals less fuel burned. The bulbous bow basically tells the ship, don't worry about all that drag and fuel waste, I've got this. And off it goes, cruising like a pro. But hold on, that's not all. The bulbous bow does more than just save fuel. It also improves the stability of the ship. You know how sometimes the ship might pitch or roll a little when things get bumpy out there on the open ocean? Well, that little bow also helps smooth things out. Without the bulbous bow, the ship might get a little more wobbly, especially in rough seas, but with it, things stay nice and steady. It's like having your own personal stability coach saying, I've got you covered. So, the bulbous bow isn't just about cutting through the waves like a speed demon. It's also about making the ride smoother and more efficient, whether you're a captain or a passenger. And let's face it, no one likes a bumpy ride, especially when there's a cocktail in hand, right? Thanks to bulbous bow, you get the best of both worlds. Smooth sailing and energy efficiency. So, next time you're on a cruise or watching a giant cargo ship gliding by, give a little nod to the bulbous but the unsung hero of ship design. It might look like a funny little feature, but it's got some serious smarts behind it. It saves fuel, makes the ride smoother, and helps ships get from point A to point B more efficiently. Thanks for joining me on this nautical journey. If you've learned something new today and had a laugh or two, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more ship secrets, and drop a comment below if you've ever seen a bulbous bow in action. I'll catch you next time on the high seas.